Karen and I are just up in Hanmer for a couple of nights, and while we're up here we're just going to be doing a couple of walks around through the forest. So we've done the Forest Amble today, and tomorrow we'll probably go up Conical Hill. Yeah. We're just down at Hanmer Forest. We're about to go for a walk. We're thinking about taking the shortest trek here, and it just meanders through the forest. So we're just going to walk down the Forest Amble walk through the forest, and there's some carvings through here that people have done of like animals and trees and lizards and that kind of thing. There's a couple of the sculptures there, a couple of red squirrels. So that's an information panel about the person that carved all the carvings in the forest here. Just some carvings of fantails up there, and there's actually a couple of actual real fantails flying around here. Hanmer Forest was a test forest for different tree species that they were trying to use in New Zealand, and so lots of these trees were planted from the 1910s like right up until the 1960s. Yeah, so all these trees through here are Douglas firs, and they were planted in 1962. Here's another of the carvings. It's a possum up a tree. So we're just in a wee grove of Corsican pine trees that they planted as a trial. They were planted in 1904, so those pine trees are like nearly 120 years old. There's a few seating benches scattered around the forest trails, and you can just basically stop and have a bit of a rest. I think it's supposed to be a possum, I'm not quite sure. Looks like a possum, doesn't it? You're just basically following these wee posts, and they've got like a picture of a dog on them. Someone's built a little tree fort here, and they've got a couple of wee seats sitting out the front. We're just heading off to the left here. It's where the track turns. There's a few pest traps in the forest here. They're obviously trying to protect the native birds. That's a tocha tree growing there. There's quite a well-built wee shelter someone's built there in the forest. There's a whole lot of them through here. I think the school kids, when they're up here for school camps, come in and make them. That one's been there for many years now, probably 4 or 5 years. It's another one of the sculptures, orangutan swinging through the trees. Just a series of wee toadstools cut out of old stumps. There's some more of those toadstools there and a wee bench for people to sit on. Just coming up to a clearing in the forest where the a big wind event knocked over a whole lot of trees about 4 years ago. Yeah, so there was a big storm about 3 or 4 years ago, and it knocked down a whole lot of 100-year-old plus larch and adler trees. So they had to go through and cut them all down because it was like too dangerous to leave them standing up. Yeah. The people that own the forest have actually planted some sequoia trees here. This is one of them just in front of us here. And there's some other sequoias in a different part of this forest, and they'd be 35 metres tall maybe, and probably about 2-3 metres around the trunk, and they're only like around about 100 years old. Yeah, that's a good example of the sequoia trees they planted. When we came up here just after they'd cut all these trees down, they were only about maybe 10-15 centimetres tall, and that one there would be maybe at least a metre tall now. It's an angry looking lizard. It's a really strong kind of piney smell or eucalyptus smell. So the Forest Amble is basically a big loop track, and so that's back at the beginning of the loop again, and then you're just going back out onto the forestry road. Nearly at the end of the track. That's a starting point for a whole lot of different trails up here. So that's one of the parking areas at the start of the track. There's the silver surfers there. Yeah, so that's the end of the Forest Amble track. That's just one of the many tracks up here. If you ever come up to Hanmer, you definitely should go for a walk in the forest. So I'll see you on the next one, okay?